Pollock. With me, guys. Can't wait to get this started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Trying to seal the edge on the right. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
You know, I know that wasn't a big gainer, but that's going to set some stuff up later for this offense. Trying to run the football and get it established is huge because play-action pass is a big part of what they try to do when they're throwing the ball.
Scanning the field, it's Reed. Dances away from the pressure, going to his left. It's caught. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking downfield on first down. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Leaves it with the back. He gets it inside the 40, but he'll be stopped at the 39. Not quite enough to move the sticks, and it's fourth down. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. He'll take it himself. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, you're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, fourth down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Picked off, and the opening drive is stuck with an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Caught near the sideline, it's Anderson. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll throw it. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle.
Give a lot of credit to the defense on this one. They were able to generate a pass rush, force the quarterback to move off of his spot, and that definitely affected his accuracy. And it's a big reason why that throw was incomplete.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That's caught. It's Brown. He's loose. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On the ground, it's Durham. And a short gain here in the first quarter will come to a close. First play of the period will be a second down. Just feeds the running back. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. LSU right back to the line. They'll move the wide receiver. Quick pass on the fly motion. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28. The Tigers are on the move. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. On a little time, lets it go. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route. You've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
He wrestles him down at the 3 after the grab. It'll be first and goal. So now with first and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Trying to slam in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, LSU! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to pass, it's Reed. Rushes on him. Makes the grab, it's Concepcion. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pocket breaking down. Quarterback feeling pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Anderson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Keeps it on the draw. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Maybe a tad out of field goal range and way too close to punt it. Kind of in no man's land, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Motion from the back. Quick touch pass to the receiver. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has one interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Expect some pressure coming from the blitz. But it's incomplete, and this sophomore quarterback usually makes that throw every time.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. Looking for a man. It's Reed. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Texas A&M will have to boot it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Looking to throw on 1st down. Lofts one high and deep. He holds it in and nobody's close. Touchdown, Tigers! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And he puts through the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the 3rd quarter started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Floats it out in space. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. LSU quick to the line. To the air on second down. Pressure coming. And he'll just get rid of that one.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. LSU will bring the punt team on the field.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Motion from the wideout. He'll start this drive going to the air. On the run, fires downfield. He's got it. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And that's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Under fire. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that
quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Swings it out to his running back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Punt is in the air. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And what a return as he takes it back to the 8.
coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Bringing it back. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. His drive will open from the 15. To throw, it's Reed. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the 4th quarter.
Underneath toast of coverage, got it deep downfield. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Aggies. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And how about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. Turn it into a small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a big play, and get the big touchdown.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The give to the back. And some room to work. Got enough for the first. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
That's a miss as an OC. He's coming to the sidelines and listen, that's not a great throw. We got to take something off of it. But we also can't miss inside. So it's a tough dynamic when you're throwing that out route, but either way, quarterback, wide receiver, they have to do a better job being on the same page.
Crosses to 40. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. LSU right back to the line. On the ground, it's Durham. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun to give to the back. Finding open areas. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. There he goes! He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. And the Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Wants to go up top on first down. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Brought down at the 8-yard line as he took that interception back inside the 10 to set up this offense.
And you know what? You kind of deserve that. Late in the game where you could run the clock out, still throwing the football all over the yard. Now this game, it's a long shot, but you gave him a little bit of hope.
Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Got it in the middle, it's Concepcion. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got the first down. Still running at the 40. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game. What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory. Now 1st and 10 from their own 45. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Concepcion. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. Texas A&M going up tempo. Defense loves to show heat and try to confuse the quarterback. Here's the pressure. Pulls it in. It's Bussey. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. One more play to pad the stats. Now from inside the red zone. Still looking on the move. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear there's only one really good team.